are you here to talk to me?
Because I'm concerned that I might not be the only one.
Okay. Not the only one, what?
The only girl he's abused.
Okay. So, now, as a person, a human being, and a woman, you're telling me that you've been abused, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
But your definition of abuse might be different from mine as a police officer in regards to certain statutes cover certain
Mm-hmm.
things. So I kind of got to know what the abuse is, what you're defining as abuse, and then I can clarify it how I would define it.
So do you want me to tell you what happened, or do you want to know what my...
Tell me what happened.
Over, like, the long haul, or just, like, the isolated incidents? Like, what actually happened?
Well, tell me what actually happened, and then we'll go over the long haul. Or...
Okay, I spent the night at his house a couple of times. I don't know, like, really where to start.
Well, let me help you, okay? I know I talked to Christian and things, and you think that I know everything.
But she doesn't know everything.
Christian was vague, okay? So first of all, and she did tell me this, okay, but I need to hear it from you.
Okay.
Let's start with, who is he?
Kevin Johnson.
Okay. Well, I want you to describe Kevin Johnson to me. White, black, Indian?
Oh, black. He's 6'1".
How much does he weigh?
I'm not sure.
Okay, do you know where he lives?
He lives on Camelback Mountain.
You know the address?
No.
You know his phone number?
957-3737. That's his home number in the office.
Okay. I know where we're going with this, but I have to be absolutely sure. So if later on I'm talking to an attorney and says, "Well, do you think the name Johnson is an uncommon or a common name?" I'm gonna say common. Think Kevin's really uncommon or common? Common. Well, how do you know Kevin and Johnson are? What does Kevin Johnson do for a living?
He plays basketball for the Phoenix Suns, and he has St. Hope Academy in Sacramento, and he has Kinship Enterprises here. I'm not...
Okay,
St. Hope Academy.
Academy?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
It's, I'm not exactly sure. I know it's kind of like a place where kids can go to get help with homework and stuff, and that's in Sacramento.
And then franchises or things here, is that what you said?
Kinship Enterprise. And I'm not exactly sure what they do. I just know that they work with people in Sacramento, and I'm not sure what else. They handle, like, his fan club or something. I don't really know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, so we're talking about the gentleman that plays Phoenix Suns that we see on TV all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, how did you meet Kevin Johnson?
Through the city of Phoenix. They were shooting a star video. It was Converse, and it was against handgun violence for the Brady Bill, and that's where I met him.
Who was hitting that up? Do you know?
I have, like, the brochure. There's a brochure made in a video. I'm not exactly sure who was in charge. Okay. I know the person who asked me if I wanted to go and audition.
Who was that?
Sue Laskowski.
Who?
SUE LASKOBSKY. Okay. I'm not sure if that's the right spelling.
And she's a friend of yours, or someone you work with?
A boss, yeah.
Okay. So you go out there and you meet him.
I was with a bunch of other kids too.
Okay.
Well, we didn't meet him initially. We were interviewed.
Mm-hmm.
And then we met him.
How were you interviewed?
They just asked us questions.
At some location or something?
Yeah, it was where they were doing it. It was at a school.
Okay. What school?
I don't remember.
Okay. So then you end up meeting him.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens?
He kind of talked to, like, the kids in between the takes, and, like, what's your favorite subject, stuff like that. And then they got into, one of the other kids was talking about boxing or something, and they started talking about working out, and it came up that we both worked out at the same place. the queue at 32nd and Thomas.
What is that?
I mean, Camelback. I'm sorry. It's like a health club, a gym.
Had you ever seen him there before?
No.
Do you think he was telling you the truth?
I know that. I think. Well, I know he has a home gym, and he couldn't go to the Suns one that I think he usually goes to because of the lockout. So I don't have any reason to believe that he was.
You ever
making
seen
it
him
up.
working out in this gym before? You
No.
said no, but how about afterwards?
By himself, like just happened to see him there.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, did he ever go there with you and work out?
Yeah, he called my house, talked to my mom, and to see if I wanted to go meet him there.
And so you did?
Not the first 2 times. It didn't work out because I was at home.
Mm-hmm.
But then I met him there.
What I'm saying, this wasn't a line like he said, like, where do you like to eat?
California Pizza Kitchen.
California what?
Pizza Kitchen.
So if we were talking, then you said California Pizza Chicken, is that what it is?
Pizza Kitchen.
Pizza Kitchen. As you see, I've been there a lot of times. I would say, oh yeah, I eat there all the time. I mean, and though I've never been there, things.
I have no idea.
But you've actually been to this gym and worked out with him.
Yes.
Okay, so he more likely has a membership. He showed a membership card or something, I'm sure.
Well, I'm not sure about that because I've never actually seen his membership card, and I know that the Village was another place that I know he used to exercise at,
Mm-hmm.
and he never had a membership there, but he just thought that he could go there anyways.
And he'd pop in because of
Yeah.
his celebrity status. They'd
So,
say, oh yeah,
yeah.
work out, please.
So I don't know if.
Okay.
He
So you
actually does.
so you strike up this friendship and things
Mhm.
start happening. Okay, then what happens?
Then we went to afterwards we went to coffee plantation,
Mm-hmm.
and we just talked, and then the next time I think we went to Borders, and then he asked me if I wanted to go to the Batman premiere, and he said I could invite a friend, and I did.
And who did you invite?
My friend Meredith.
Okay, it's kind of like now, it's kind of like going places, dating or something like that. Is that correct?
Yeah, there was other people there though. There's people that he worked with. It was a charity event.
For the Batman thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you met coffee,
Oh,
just
yeah.
like a normal relationship, and then
Yeah.
you end up at Borders somehow. I take it that's a restaurant or what is
It's a
Borders?
bookstore.
You end up at the bookstore,
Mhm.
and then you're going to Batman's and things. So you're going through all this,
Yeah.
okay? And then what happens to the relationship?
Well, we just, I guess, started to get to know each other better. At that point, we kind of really didn't know each other, or he started to get to know me. Then, I think he was going out of town, and so he invited me to come over. At that time, he had a condo at the Biltmore, so I went to his condo at the Biltmore, and he was packing. We just talked. Nothing happened that time.
Okay. When was this?
When he was going out of town?
Yeah, where you end up at Biltmore.
Early summer. June, I would say.
And how long ago was it that you met him?
I met him the very first time with the video. I think it was in March.
Okay, so from March to June.
Well, I saw him at Coffee Plantation the day before my birthday, and then I didn't say anything to him, but I guess he recognized me, and I was with my friends, and so he called me over, and my friends were like, oh, her birthday's tomorrow, her 16th birthday, and so he sent me flowers, and then he called me to go work out.
Did he send a card?
Yeah. Well, it was just, I called his secretary, and his secretary, I guess, she just asked me my name and my phone number, or she knew my name, but my phone number and my address, and what time I was going to be home, and then it was just like a card that the florist signed his name for him.
Was there anything like happy 16th birthday or anything like that?
I don't remember. I'm sure I have it
You
somewhere.
still have the card?
Probably.
Okay, I'd like to take a look at it.
I have another piece of paper that says that it says I know it's tough being 16, so it shows that he knows I was 16.
Okay. So this relationship's going on, Biltmore things, just
Mhm.
talking. Let's talk about the relationships. What has exactly happened on these things?
We just did a lot of talking. talking about like school and my friends because I was going through a hard time with my friends, and his brother, church, God, stuff like that. He was really building me up to feel really special.
Okay, and did you feel special?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what happens?
I went to the place at the Biltmore a couple more times, and we would rent movies or get takeout. And at that point, he wasn't really doing anything except for like rubbing my feet or stuff like that.
Stuff like that, like massage? Or?
No, just rubbing my feet or like holding my hand, or not like holding my hand, but kind of taking it in his hand, but not like this.
Let me correct me if I'm wrong, okay? It'd be like me and you talking about this. Can you hold your hand up?
Mm-hmm.
Then I just took your hand and held it like
Yeah,
this as we're talking, okay? But anyway.
He took some pictures out of my. He took a picture out of my picture album because I showed him all my friends. And he cut my friend out of it.
For keepsake?
Mhm.
Okay.
Still have it. And then he was gone a while. Oh, he gave me the nickname Whiskey.
Why did he do that?
I don't know. I was talking about Whiskey Row in Prescott. And then he just started calling me Whiskey.
You were just talking about Whiskey Row?
I was talking about, I went there with, we have a cabin up there, and my friend and I went up there, and they were having like water balloon fights in the street, and I was telling him about it.
These encounters with him, with JJ, did they include drinking?
No.
Any wine or anything? Social drinking? Okay, do you drink? Is that a yes or no?
That's a no. I don't
Okay,
drink.
I'm taking the no. I'm hearing
No,
but you
I
know, if
have-
someone asked me later, well, detective, could it be as
Oh.
opposed to
In the past, I have,
Okay.
but I haven't for a
So it was
long
just
time.
over this Whiskey Row thing that this had come up.
And yeah, and when he hadn't seen me in a while or talked to me, he'd leave a message or tell me that he needed a shot of whiskey.
That he would need a shot of whiskey?
Referring to me, not the drink.
Okay. So he would call and say, I need a shot of whiskey, and that just kind of a joking around that he'd like to see you and things. Okay. So what, we'll go on, what did this develop to?
Basically, I looked at him as, my father hasn't been in my life, and I don't really have any like male figure, so I was really excited that somebody outside of my family took interest in me, and he told me like how special I was and how I had like, I could do so many great things, and it was really encouraging. And so I knew that he had like other kids too, and like so I basically just thought that
Kids, his children? Or?
No, like there's kind of like a group that like once a month we went to Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
And then we went to see Maya Angelou.
Are these all girls, all
No,
boys,
it's
boys
mostly
and
boys.
girls? Mostly boys. Okay.
And so I just thought that I was really excited because I thought somebody who didn't even know me just could see something in me that said I was special, and he wanted to, I don't know.
He wanted one.
I thought that he wanted to help me.
With your life.
Right.
Provide guidance and
Yeah.
things. But it went beyond this, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, how far beyond this did it go?
The first night, I was at his house on the Camelback, not the condo. And I think we were either watching TV or listening to music or something, and I was sitting on the couch. He has like this big circular couch thing, and like he was over here and I was right here, and then he came over and he started like just playing with me and like saying he was looking for a quarter in the couch, and he ended up on top of me, and then somehow, I think my mom was out of town, I'm not sure, we went to the guest house, but the guest house is connected to the house, you just, it has a separate entrance, and, we went into the bedroom on the left, and, he, whatever, he started fondling me or whatever, and, took off my clothes and then took off his clothes.
Okay, well, let's go back to fondling. Fondling can mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
I can fondle a receiver. Where did he fondle you at?
Pretty much, I'd say, from my neck to my thighs, middle of my thighs.
The reason I ask this is because I have to look at it in regards to an investigation at a police officer. So if one were to fondle your shoulder, I don't think that would be a criminal act. So what specific areas?
My stomach, my breasts, my butt.
Okay, anywhere else?
As it progressed.
Anywhere else as it progressed?
Between my legs.
Okay, and what do we call that area?
My vagina.
And then I know some of the questions sound stupid, okay, and I apologize for it, but there are certain things I'm looking for. And unless I know these things, then I don't know what's going on. He had his clothes off? What happened after the fondling?
We didn't have intercourse. It was just a lot of that. I don't know how long it lasted. And then,
Did he have all his clothes on? Could you see his penis?
I felt it.
You felt his penis?
It was dark.
Okay. Did you have all your clothes on?
I may have had socks on.
You have had socks on? Okay. How long do you think this period lasted?
Probably an hour, hour and a half.
When was this?
It was last summer. I don't remember the date. It was probably in July sometime.
In July of '95. Okay. Up to that point, had you ever had sex before? Is that a yes or no?
That's a yes.
Okay. Do you know what ejaculation is?
Yes.
What is ejaculation?
It's when the semen comes out of the penis.
Okay. Did he ejaculate or anything
Not
like
that I
that?
know.
Did he relieve himself of any way?
Not that I know.
Is there any way he could have done it and you wouldn't have known it?
Not that I am aware of.
Where did you feel his penis at? You said you felt it.
My leg and my hand.
Okay. So you felt it in your hand. And
I
or
wasn't.
with your hand or something.
Yeah.
How was that? I mean, that's what I'm trying to find out here. What was going on that you felt it with your hand?
I was just moving my arm as far as I could.
So you just brushed up against it?
Yeah, I wasn't.
Okay. And how long do you think this happened?
Hour, hour and a half.
And this happened at what location?
At his house on Camelback Mountain.
The house, not the condo.
Not the condo. I don't think he had the condo anymore.
Okay. So it happened at the house, okay.
In the guest house.
Being a man, I can only reflect from a man's point of view, and I apologize for that because I can't think about a woman. What would have caused this to stop?
What would cause it to stop?
Yeah, you're fondling. This is going
I don't
on.
know. He went to the bathroom and started to shower.
He went to the bathroom, started to shower. Was he mad when he went to the bathroom? Was he?
I don't think so.
What'd he say?
He didn't really say anything.
He just got up and went to the shower?
And then he came and got me.
Okay. Did you guys talk about anything?
I started saying something and told me not to talk.
He told you not to talk? What did you start to say?
I don't remember.
Okay. Did you think that was odd or anything? Okay. he say anything while this was going on? Okay. And then what happened afterwards?
We just took a shower and then he took me back to my car.
Okay. Then what happened? I know he took you back to the car, he took you somewhere in that, but
I drove home and I believe he followed me home. Or I called him when I got home.
okay. When was the next encounter?
Probably a week or two later.
What happened a week or two later?
I was at his house and it was the same. It wasn't as serious as the other one. I believe we were in his bedroom at first, watching TV or seeing what was on satellite.
Now his bedroom would have been separate from this guest house bedroom.
Yes.
Okay.
Somehow we ended up on his bed. And he like started to touch me and stuff, and then he said no, he couldn't do this because after the first night, the next morning he called me and he could tell I was upset, and so we went out to Scottsdale Community College and talked.
Okay, well let's stop right there. Let's go back before we go forward. Okay, you said he started to touch you. Where did he start to touch you?
My breasts and my stomach.
Was it above the clothing or below the clothing?
I believe it was above.
How did he start to touch your breasts? This might be easier. Pretending that my hand is your breast, show me how he touched your breast.
Well, it was just kind of like he started like going like this on my stomach, just like, and then it just kind of moved up.
Okay, but can you show me on your hand? Take your hand and show me what he had done. Was it, well, hold your hand out. Was he rubbing, or was he squeezing, or what was he doing that he began to touch your breast?
More just like rubbing or brushing against.
Okay, was it above the clothing or below the clothing?
I believe it was above.
You're not sure?
This instance. No.
Okay. And it stopped for some reason. And why was that?
Because he knew that it had upset me before and he didn't want to do it again.
Okay. We didn't talk about upsetting you before. Right. How did it upset you before?
Because I felt I didn't understand. And he didn't kiss me. And I knew that he had told me before that he thought kissing was more intimate than sex. And so I just felt really cheap and used.
This was the night in the guest room or the guest house. Okay, I can understand that. So it stopped, and then you went to the community. Where'd you go?
Scottsdale Community College.
Scottsdale.
Out. It was. We didn't actually go. We went like out on some dirt road to like a canal, and just like watched the sun and stuff.
What was around this canal?
Nothing. It's like out on a field on the Indian reservation.
I know exactly where it is. I've been out there. Okay. The only reason I was asking is I was trying to think of a location that I was out there for the reason, and there was something out there. Regards to that. Now you could have been on a different dirt road. Don't misunderstand me. I was just wondering if you were I'm thinking, so I could pinpoint it. Okay. So, what happens out there?
We talk, and he says that he feels really bad that I feel so horrible. And he says that we both need to pray for God's forgiveness. And he just wanted to know if there was anything that he could do to make me feel better. And I said no, not really. He told me that he wasn't using me or whatever. And then we were outside, and because he wanted to give me a hug, and he tried to kiss me, and I wouldn't let him because I didn't want it to be like that. I didn't want it to be like, well, just because you're upset, so you're not upset, I'll do this. And then I felt better, and so we left. And I think he had to like meet a secretary or something.
When was the next sexual encounter? After these two?
I would say the same amount of distance, time. I don't really remember.
Roughly.
Week, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay. And what happened on that one?
I'm a little confused with the nights and the days. I know I spent the night at his house, another night in the guest house, and he slept in there with me, but something started to happen, and then he stopped.
You know why he stopped?
No, actually I was just laying there, and then he put his hand up my shirt, and then he just pulled away and rolled over.
What were you wearing?
T-shirt and boxers, I believe.
How far up your shirt did he go?
To my breast.
And he pulled it away?
Mhm.
Did he actually touch your breast?
Mhm. And then a couple of times we would meet at Mount Claret, which is a church below his house, and we would just stand outside of his car and talk, and he would put his hand on my stomach or down my pants but not down my underwear.
How far down your pants?
Just his hand would be resting on my lower stomach.
He has his hand down your pants, inside or outside your underwear?
Outside.
Outside your underwear. Has he actually got contact with the labia part of your vaginal area?
No.
Okay. Okay. What else has happened?
Just do you want to know about the other things
I want to know everything. Let me ask this: have you had sexual intercourse with him?
No.
You've never had sexual intercourse with him.
Basically, that happened at the church a couple times, and then the season started.
Well, the hand down the
Yeah.
pants. Okay. The season for
Basketball.
Yeah, I know, but for 95, 96?
Yeah.
So it was 95 around September
he had
or
to
October.
leave for camp.
Okay. Did you see him during the season?
A couple times, not very often.
Did anything happen during these times?
No.
Any touching or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Things were kind of weird after that. Before, he had always been real kind of touchy-feely, not sexual, but put his arm around me or hug me or whatever, but afterwards he just seemed really distant.
Okay, how about after the season?
I went into the hospital in April, and that's when he started becoming really interested in me again. He went over to my house a couple of times to talk to my mom. He would call my mom to see how I was doing. He sent me cards. And then when I got out of the hospital, I had a lot of makeup work to do, and I was really stressed out, and I didn't know how to go about doing it. And so he came and picked me up, and we went up to his house, and he helped me figure out what I would do for one of my classes.
During this period, this is in 96?
This is 96, April.
What kind of things have happened in 96?
Nothing just recently. Nothing sexual. Just that he's been, after he started calling me a lot more and asking me to do things and
Asking you to do what?
go to Borders, go to coffee plantation. I'm not allowed to exercise, but he'd ask me to go with him to exercise, like at SEC, or he runs at my school to Arcadia. We went to dinner, and that's about it. after he had been calling a lot, and then after he had talked to Kristen, I stopped calling him, so he would call me even more. And then Kristen called him and just like kind of asked him about our relationship, and then after that was the last time I talked to him, was that night. And he's like, is everything okay? You know, whatever.
Did you used to communicate with him on the computer?
Mhm.
What kind of correspondence did you have on the computer?
On America Online, we would email each other, and a couple times we were on the computer at the same time, so we talked to each other.
Did you ever talk sexually about it?
It was sexually suggestive, but it wasn't like.
Help me out.
He would just ask things like, I can't remember exactly because I didn't really think anything of it at the time. I just know that he would end up saying like, I'm coming over there right now, or whatever.
So.
Oh, there was another time, he came and picked me up. No, we met at a park by my house. It was like less than a block away, and we drove to this business complex type thing where he used to have his office, I guess. That's what he told me. And I was sitting in the passenger seat, and I only had on a sweatshirt, and that was what he had requested.
He had requested. How did he request that? Through the computer?
I don't remember if it was through the computer or on the phone.
Did you have underwear on?
No.
You just had this sweater?
Mhm.
How long ago was this?
That was before the season, I believe. No, it couldn't have been. I don't remember.
Was it cold outside?
It was. I'm always cold, so it's kind of a hard question.
Tough question there, huh? I was
wear
afraid of
jeans
this.
and sweatshirts there in the summer, so I think it may have been not cold, but maybe cooler than the summer.
Can you give me a ballpark?
Maybe like September or October.
95?
Yeah. I'm not positive about that though.
So he meets you, and all you've got on was this sweater or what?
It was a sweatshirt. I had on my sleeping clothes, and he told me to come outside in that, and I was no way. I had on a tank top, and I was in bed, and I had asked him if it was okay if I wore socks. So I had on socks and a sweatshirt. It was a long sweatshirt.
Okay, what happened in the car then?
He was on top of me and touching me, and then.
Okay, and once again, I apologize, but I gotta know where was he touching you?
Mostly just my stomach and my breasts.
Okay.
My butt.
Mostly, did he touch your vaginal area?
I really can't remember. After, I kind of just turned myself off, and I wasn't really thinking. I was just kind of laying there.
Okay, how long did this last?
Maybe like 15, 20 minutes. Then he took me back to my car.
Did he take off any of his clothing?
Mm-mm.
Did he ever ejaculate?
Not that I know.
Did he ever request you to do anything to him? Either verbally or with motions? Okay. Any other incidents?
Not that I can think of. Things pop in my head all the time because I don't remember them in order.
Okay. But you could write them down later. That's what I know. How long do you think he has known about your age?
Since the day I met him.
Since the day you had told him?
Mhm. And he used to tell me all the time that he wished I was 30.
Basically, these are the things that Kristen told me, okay, in talking to her. But
What?
you had told me, she of course, didn't give exact, this is basically what she's told me, but you had said there were things that she didn't know about.
Right. She doesn't know. She knew that there was an incident at his house, and she doesn't know about the car. She doesn't. we didn't get into that.
Well, let's just throw this out in the ballpark. It's time to talk to Amanda about her feelings. What do you think should be done here?
I don't know, I'm really scared.
Why are you scared?
I don't feel safe.
Okay, and what don't you feel safe about, Amanda?
I just don't feel safe in my house. I'm sure I don't feel like he's gonna physically harm me, but I just don't feel safe because I think he knows that Kristen knows, and he hasn't called me since they talked. So I just find that, or he hasn't left a message. I don't know if he's called. My mom changed my phone number today.
How old is KJ?
He turned 30 this year. He was 29 at the time.
Do you know if this has been going on with anybody else?
I'm not sure, but I don't see why not.
Has there been anything to suspicion you about this?
Well, one night, or over a period of time, and I have other friends that he had told this to too, he kept asking everybody he met to pray for him. And that he really needed people to pray for him and all this stuff. And then I was at breakfast with him one morning, and he'd never told me why he needed us to pray for him. He just said it was regarding something, and he got a phone call saying that everything was going to be okay, and he got really happy and told me what a good day it was going to be. And but he told me that he would tell me what it was about later, and I thought that was kind of weird because it was something that made him so happy. I would think he would share it with me. And the only thing I could think of was something regarding either basketball or his business or some other kid that he was involved with. So then after I got out of the hospital, we went to a park and we talked. And he wanted to challenge me because I have an eating disorder. And he wanted to challenge me, like he wanted us to challenge each other with each thing that was the hardest for us. So for me it would be eating, and I'm like, well, what? He said that the thing that he was having the most problem with was sex, because he said that he didn't want to have sex, but I don't know, we didn't really get into it because I said that I wasn't ready at the time to make an honest challenge with anybody. And then he told me then that the one time he got really happy, that one time, it was because he had been messing around with some girl, and I just smiled and laughed because I was just like, whatever. And he said, what, you want to know her name, or you want to know what happened? And I go, no, I don't really care. So I knew he had been messing around with, I don't know if it was a girl or a woman or how old, age, or what the situation was.
Do you think he's having problems with sex?
I don't know about like what exactly you would call like problems. To me, he tries to come off as the like God follower, like trying to not drink and have sex and stuff like that. But I think that he's probably like, he told me that he was struggling with it, so I took that as he's been either having sex or really wanting to have sex with somebody, and I don't know if he had or hadn't.
And he's not dealing with it very well. Let me ask this: in the times, of course, you're 8. Did he have an erection? Do you know what an erection is? Did he have an erection?
Not that I know of. I didn't see it. I didn't touch it. I don't.
In the time that you brushed your hand again, was it erect?
I couldn't tell. I just felt his skin.
Is there anything else that you haven't told me that I should know?
Depends on what you want to know. I don't.
It's like the old teacher. Anyone got any questions? Well, I don't even know what the subject is. You want me to ask questions?
I mean, there's some other things that happen that I find kind of weird now that Kristen and I have talked about.
Well, I want to know about that.
He gave me a disposable camera and my friend Steven took, and he wanted a whole roll of me. So, got those.
A whole roll of you, just like if you you were sitting there and I took home pictures, did he request anything, like a bathing suit, anything like that?
No.
Just wearing just a sweater?
No.
Okay, so he's got a whole roll of pictures or something of you?
Mhm. I think I have the negatives.
Okay.
I'm not sure. He had special requests of clothes, not like special requests, but he wouldn't let me wear my overalls. And he didn't actually come out and say that they excited him or whatever, but he wouldn't let me wear my overalls. And like one night I had on a black, just like a black slip dress, simple, and I had a khaki shirt over it, and it was buttoned up and everything. And he was like, "Oh no, I can't look at you," and I'm like, "Why?" Because I mean I wore this outfit to church, and he's just like, "I don't know, I can't look at you. You're hurting me with this outfit." And I was just like, he made me feel like I looked like a slut. And I didn't understand what was wrong with what I had on.
He was more serious than he was joking. Like if I were to go home and tell my wife, "Oh, you look nice, you're driving me crazy," you know, I'd be playfully thinking as opposed to.
Well, I mean, there was a playful undertone, but he still made me. I mean, if he was really joking, I don't think I would have, because he jokes around a lot with me about a lot of different things, and I don't think I would have felt that bad about it.
Okay, but you did feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the things?
I have a whole list of them. I don't know if I remember all of them now. He would like. He told me that he wanted me to that he liked me better with short hair. He'd tell me that he preferred me with less makeup on. I think it was kind of weird that he was spending every night of his summer with a 16-year-old girl.
It was a 16-year-old girl, you?
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I think it was a little weird.
He spent every moment with you? I mean, that he could afford?
Almost, as far as I know. I mean, we saw each other almost every day. I basically did not see my friends the whole summer.
And let me ask this. In this summer thing, ballpark figure, 120 days, there was only these couple incidents where he was putting his hand down your pants in the church, the incident in the back bedroom, and the incident in his bedroom, and then of course in April the incident with this car. Is that correct? In which he asked you to put on the sweatshirt?
In April.
Yeah, I thought you said it was April or September. I'm sorry.
Yeah, April was when the last time I was at his house.
Yeah. And those were the only incidents? Yeah, I would agree. It's strange.
And all my friends thought it was really weird, and there's all these rumors at school, and my mom and like my family and people at work.
Who have you told about this?
Just one person, Steven.
Steven. And
He
who is
knows
Steve?
Kevin too. He's been my best friend since 7th grade.
What's Steven's last name?
McGill. Magill. And he doesn't really know any like details or anything. He just knows that something happened and that we didn't have intercourse.
Did Kevin ever talk to you about having intercourse?
No. He said the day after, he goes, "Well, at least we didn't go and do something crazy, like having sex."
What's Steven's phone number?
952-9168.
Basically, you just kind of told him that there's a relationship.
Well, I stayed at his house the other night because I was scared.
At Steven's?
Yeah.
And you kind of explained to him what was going on. What do you think I should do about this?
Whatever's legally required of you by law. I don't know.
What do you think should happen to Kevin? When a man does gut feeling.
I just want him to learn a lesson. I'm not out to like get revenge or like I want him to spend 100 nights in jail or anything. I still like it's really hard for me because I still want to think that he was the good guy, and that it's really hard when I thought the whole time that he really cared about me.
Well, tell you what, can you give me about 3 or 4 minutes? Let me talk to the sergeant a little bit. Sound good?
Yeah, I have a couple questions.
Go ahead. I'm here for answers, I hope.
Are you gonna like call Kevin and tell him that I was here, or?
Can we talk about that question? I will answer. Can we talk about that when I come back?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your other question?
Just stuff like that. I'm just curious about what's gonna happen.
Okay. Give me just a couple minutes, okay?
Okay.
Few more questions to ask you. It's going to take a little bit, not long. Would you like a drink of water before we start, or are you all right?
Fine.
Okay. he ever show you any movies or anything?
One
Adult theme?
Well, night at my house, well, we went and rented a movie, and I rented Boys on the Side, and he rented this movie called The Last Seduction.
Okay.
And it's not like an X-rated movie, but it has a definite like sexual.
Exploitation.
It was kind of like The Crying Game. Did you ever see that?
Mm-mm.
I don't remember exactly what it was about. It was about like some guy that was actually a girl, or some girl that was actually a guy, and
He rented it?
yeah.
Okay.
And he said that he heard it was good, but he hadn't seen it.
Did he enjoy it? You never talked about it?
Mm-mm.
This night in the bedroom,
Mhm.
in the guest room where he gets up and goes take a shower,
Mhm.
is there a bathroom that connects to that bedroom?
Mhm.
When he got up and walked out, could you see his penis?
I didn't look.
Okay, when he came back out, could you see his penis?
I didn't really.
I was just curious as to whether he had an erection or
No.
not. No, he didn't have
I
one?
don't think so. No.
Okay, but could you see it that you could see?
Well, it was really dark, but it overlooks the city, so the windows were open, and there were just like the city lights. But besides that, it was dark.
This guest room, can you describe that to me?
It's actually like a guest house, and then there's like a living area in the middle, and there's 2 rooms on each side, and
What's in the room itself?
there's a bed that comes out from the wall, and there's a dresser right here. I believe there's a TV on it, and then the window is right here facing the city, and the bathroom is off right here,
Okay.
and it has a
So the dresser's on the right, bathroom's kinda off to the left if you're laying on the bed looking up at the ceiling?
dresser's in the front,
Okay, dresser's in the front.
like against the wall.
And the bathroom is on which side is
The
yours?
left.
On the left. How about his bedroom? What does his bedroom look like?
His bedroom is very large, and it has the door I first walk in, there's like a pretty large TV and like a couch and a chair, and then against the far wall is his bed, and then
So he has a couch and a chair in his bedroom?
yeah, it's
What
like a
color is it?
really big room.
What
It's
color is the couch?
black. I believe it was leather.
That night that he started to do something then stopped, did you guys sleep together that night in the bed?
Yeah.
Okay, but nothing happened?
No.
You know what month that was?
Which one?
The one that you were in his bedroom?
I would assume it was the same month, or maybe.
Just a couple weeks later?
Yeah.
Do you remember what month that was that you were in?
July, I believe.
Okay.
It was either July or August.
Okay. The incident in the car.
Mhm.
Whose car were you in
His
with the
car.
sweatshirt?
His car.
His.
I drove my car, and we met
Where'd you meet?
at a park right by my house. I think it's called Kachina Park.
Kachina Park. And you got in his car?
Not from there. Then I followed him to park by. It was actually my old friend's house, and I got into his car.
And then where did you go?
To that business place. It's on like 40th and Camelback.
40th
a little
and
north of
Camelback?
Camelback.
And what kind of car does he drive?
He was driving the Land Cruiser, but he also has a 4Runner and a Porsche. I've never been in a Porsche.
But that day it was a Land
Land
Cruiser.
Cruiser.
What color is it?
He's had a couple different colors. At that time, I think it was gray or navy blue. Now he's a black one.
When these incidents occurred,
Mhm.
was there ever anybody else at the house?
One time his brother was there, and one time I think Denise may have been there. But the house is so. I never actually parked at his house. We always met somewhere, and then he would come and get me or whatever.
Okay, what incident would have been the brother?
I think that was the one. I spent the night, but nothing really happened.
In what room?
It started off in his bedroom, and then I spent the night in the guest house.
Did he sleep with you in the guest house?
Yeah.
And what's his brother's name?
Ronnie. He has a different last name.
What's his last name?
I don't remember.
And
his half brother.
who was this lady you mentioned?
Denise.
Who's Denise?
One of his, like, I don't know what to call her. I just call her secretary, but I don't think that's her real title. She was actually living at his house at that time because her roommate, this is what Kevin told me, her roommate had gotten married and she was working so many hours for him hadn't had a chance to find a place to live. But I never saw.
And what incident would this have been?
I think that was the first night when we were on the couch and
You stayed in the guest house?
yeah.
Did she know that you guys went into the guest bedroom?
Not that I know of.
Where was she when you guys went in there?
I believe in her bedroom. She left. We were still talking up at, there's like it's a bar, but it's not a bar. Eating. They were eating, and then I think she left to go either exercise or go to her room and read. I'm not sure.
Does she know who you are?
Mhm.
Does she know that you're 16?
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't know if she knows my exact age. I know Lori does.
Did she see you the next
Morning?
morning?
No, because we would leave like at 4:30 or 5.
What's Lori's last name?
Mills.
And she's the one that sends you the flowers and
Yeah, she's the one that
calls for-
coordinates all the kids' activities.
Ronnie.
Mhm.
Did Ronnie know that you guys went into?
He was in his bedroom when I got to his house and I was talking and Kevin told me to be quiet.
Did he see you at all?
No.
Was he even aware that you were in the house?
I doubt it.
How do you know that he was in the house? Just because he
Kevin
said be
told
quiet,
me. Yeah,
Ronnie's
I
in there?
didn't see him. He doesn't drive, so I wouldn't have seen his car.
Did you guys ever talk about sex on the computer?
I don't think so.
Was there anyone around that you know of on the incident with this car?
My mom didn't even know I left the house, I don't think. Because, I mean, he trained me that everything was very private in his life because of who he was, and my friends basically were mad that I was doing everything with him instead of them, and so they kind of resented that, and I
What
don't think.
friends were that?
Do you know all of them?
Yeah.
Like the whole group?
Just some of them.
Meredith.
I mean, I'll find them all out when I go talk to them. Reason is just to verify that this is going on, that people do know about it and things.
Know about what?
Huh?
Know
That
about
you were
what?
seeing Kevin and things.
Like doing things with him?
Yeah. As in
Friends.
seeing him and
Oh.
friends and things.
Um,
Do they know about the sexual things?
No.
Okay.
Just Steven. Meredith, which I mentioned. I also invited Hallie to come do a movie with us.
Hallie?
Hallie. Campbell.
And did she go?
Yeah, she went.
And she met him?
Mhm.
What's her phone number?
Oh gosh.
We can look him up later. And Meredith's last name?
Young.
And basically all they know is that you were seeing Kevin. Did Meredith ever get to see?
Meredith met him. She went with me to the Batman premiere.
Are any of these the girls that were present when you met him in the bookstore and told him that you were 16?
Meredith. I think it was Meredith and Hallie actually.
Anybody else?
No.
That was actually you met him at the premiere in the screening for this youth thing that you did, okay?
Yeah.
But then
After that, when I saw him again, it was at Coffee Plantation.
at the bookstore, right?
Coffee Plantation.
Or the coffee
Yeah.
plantation.
I think it was Meredith and
And that's when you told him, and that was before any of this stuff started.
Right.
Okay, and then he sent you flowers.
Right.
For your birthday.
Right.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna have to talk to you off and on, to get things straight. I'm an old man. My mind's not too good, so sometimes I forget things. So I'll have to call and clarify things. Now, you had a couple questions. should I talk to him? Is that what was the question?
I just wanna know, like, if he's gonna know that I've come down here and everything else. I just wanna know what to expect.
Let me ask this, are you concerned about other people being treated as you were treated?
Mhm.
Do you think the way you were treated is right?
No.
At any time did he say he never wanted to see you again?
No.
Well, that's my concern too. And to address this issue with him.
Right now, he's supposed to be out of town, but I don't know if he is. He was supposed to be in Sacramento from this Friday to next Friday.
I think I should talk to him. I think he's been a great friend, and I think it's been nice, you know, knowing someone with a celebrity status and things. I don't think he should be doing this with you. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's taken advantage of you. That's my opinion. Okay. I wonder, how old are you?
I just turned 17
You're just about 18?
in 11 months.
So you're almost an adult? You're afraid to argue with me, okay? If I'm saying something you don't agree, talk to me about it, okay? I think he knows better than this. I think he's taken advantage of you because of his celebrity status. And I think he's probably taken advantage of other young people.
I know that he has, like, well, the main reason why it took me so long to say anything to anybody is because I also had relationships with other people, like his family member, Lori and this woman Virginia, and I'm just afraid of, like, what they're not bad, mean people, but I'm just afraid of.
Who's Lori and Virginia?
Lori
Mills is
and
the
Virginia is one of his friends too.
Well, you know, we can sit there and say we're good people and we're here to help kids, but when we start using that influence to take advantage of children as he's taking advantage of you, and that they allow it, I begin to wonder, is her opinion really that important?
Yeah, that's why, I don't really care now, but I don't know if they know or not, but I just don't know, like, what their reaction is gonna be, because they know where I live, they know my phone number, they know where I go to school.
We'll take care of that issue. This is what I was wondering, and this is what I'd like to do. I'd like you to call him and talk to him
Say what?
about these incidents. He wants to know what's being said, and that basically what I'd like to do is what's called a confrontation call, and this helps your credibility. Okay, and this helps you out basically, and we can probably arrange it for Christian to be with you when it's done, but just call him, confront him on the issues, and tell him that you need it to stop, and you don't mind being a friend and things like that. But this portion of the sexual contact, the rubbing, the touching has got to stop.
Well, that hasn't happened in a while.
I know, but we got to assure that it's not going to anymore, and basically just talk to him about it.
But I don't want to be his friend anymore.
Well, I understand. And then after that's done, then I want to confront him. And then when he says no, she's lying because I'm a celebrity, I've got money, and all she wants to do is sue. I think this has all gone through your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, okay, push the tape recorder, and there it is.
The thing is that I'm afraid that he's already clued in to what's going on.
I think he has a clue.
So I don't know if he'd even say anything to me, because I know that I could ruin his whole life, everything that he's worked for, and I know that, and I don't feel good about doing that.
I know you don't. Well,
At this point
let's
in my-
reflect back on this. How about your life? Do we stop everything and say, let's stick up for Kevin's life? Or how about Amanda? Does Amanda have a life?
Not very much of one right now.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't. I've just.
Do you think because someone is a friend of you, they have the right to treat you in the way that you've described that he's treated you?
No.
If the rest of the world doesn't allow to do that, why should we allow him?
I don't think that he should be allowed. It's just
And if he gets away with this, what's going to stop him?
nothing.
And should he mess with that other person, the other Amanda's out there?
No.
I don't think so either. Let's address one issue at a time, okay? You ready to take a break?
Sure.
What,
It's just that about the call. It's just that I think that he's gonna be really suspicious because I haven't called him in so long and I haven't returned his phone calls.
do you think he'd be more subjective to meeting you in person than talking about it as opposed to a phone call?
I think he'd be suspicious either way.
Meeting you in person by yourself? Why is that?
Because I think that he knows that I'm not.
All he knows is that you told Christian, and he's curious as to what you told Christian. And basically, when you talk to him, it's just, look, I just told her this and this. I haven't told her any of this, and I don't think I'm going to tell her. And then he's probably just going to say, well, that's good. And then he's going to tell you why that's good.
Oh, I can handle that.
And that's all it is. Okay? Want to take a break?
Yeah.
Want to see Mom?
No.
Does Mom upset you? Want to talk to Christian a little bit? You let me talk to Mom, okay?
Mhm.